Chuck, Dave here. I want to do a little demo for you today. So this is River4 on the desktop, and this is an Electron application. And notice that it's River4, not River5, because I did this work in November and December of last year. And I'm doing this demo because I want to show you that it's probably a good idea to talk to me before, like, you go off and like do a lot of work. Because as you can see, there's a River4 engine running inside of this Electron app. Yeah, okay, that probably could use a little bit of work. But you can see it's read 668 stories, 691, 711. So those are all the new stories that it's getting. And so where do those stories go? Well, of course, they go into the river. And as you can see, this is a standard river rendering. There is a thing called River Browser. If you go into my directory on GitHub, it's open source and anybody can use it. And there's also an outline browser because you can have outlines inside this space. That was something I did early in 2015. So, all right, so how does this work? You've got the river panel, and then you've got feeds. These are all the feeds that you're subscribed to in that river. And as you can see, there are quite a few. And there's how do you add a new feed? You choose add feed. It asks you for the URL. I'm not going to actually add a feed. And it then creates a new row here. It reads the feed and it gets the title for you and shows it to you in there. You can edit it if you want to then. This is an event queue. Just so you know, and this is a way for the software to report back to a user that this is what's going on inside. But I've only hooked it up to stories so far. How do I know, by the way, that you need this? Well, because I've done this before. I had Radio Userland, which had a built-in aggregator that ran inside the web browser. And if I'm not mistaken, what is it, River 2? River 2 had the same kind of thing. And River 3, we went to the folder structure, and so that was the UI list, and as was River 4. Anyway, so that's feeds. You can sort the feed. Let's go back to the feeds panel. Oh, these are stats. You've seen this already. So go back to the feeds panel, and you can sort the feed list. You can undo all the changes you made in this session. I guess that's what that does. It's been a while since I worked on this, so. And then this is kind of cool. See, what I needed to do was to come up with a way for having a matrix of functionality and without having it be overwhelmingly complicated. And usually the thing we use the tabs for is for the different rivers. But here I'm using the tabs for different functionality for an individual river, and now you use the lists menu to switch to a different list. And these are all just Washington Post feeds. As you can see, it's a list of Washington Post feeds. And I made it work with two. It works with N. You can create a new list. And then this is the most unfinished part. Although it actually, I think it kind of works. Let's see. So you go into the app folder. And yeah, it opens up the folder. And the idea is that when this is embedded in a Electron app, which this is not yet. I mean, this is in a standalone app, that this will actually open up the folder that's contained within the app folder so that you can go in and edit and tweak it. So maybe this is why we don't need the sort of extra fancy way of doing paths, because my thought was that we would actually just bake all the data inside it, because users don't really care where the data lives. And in fact, in running a river, you really don't care about that yourself, because it's very easy just to start over and throw out everything. The only thing you have to keep is the lists, and that's it. It regenerates very quickly if the lists are reasonably long. The public folder, yeah. I forget what the distinction was there. And let's see what this does. All my rivers. I'm seeming to not get a result there. Not sure what. Let's try that again. See what happens. Yeah, I'm not sure what that does. That might be an error, actually. Let's see if we can. Nope, no errors. And then docs. Yeah, I haven't filled that in yet. I want to see what settings is, if there's anything there. Yep. Publish. Aha. Yeah, so this is the idea. Oh, I get it. I remember. This was the idea was that you'd put this like in your Dropbox folder, in a public Dropbox folder, and then you would have that kept in sync, and then you'd be able to add those URLs to a what do you call an application to a JavaScript browser app. So anyway, guess that's about it. Yeah, I think so. I wonder, how do you do this? View developer tools. There we go. Look at this. Right, I forgot how you do that. So it's sort of narrating what's going on. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is that I put this on hold for a lot of reasons. Because I was trying to make something that was easy to use, and I wasn't convinced yet that I actually had accomplished that it was any easier to use than the Node.js one. And coming back, getting a fresh perspective on things is the way I like to do stuff. So I put it on hold, come back a few months later, take a fresh look at it. And, at that point, it might be clear to me whether or not I accomplished it. And, the problem is that people aren't downloading my software in huge volumes. So I get to sort of take my time and do this stuff at my own pace because, basically, Chuck, no one's paying attention. So, or very few people are. I don't think this is revolutionary stuff, but time isn't here yet. Maybe it never will come. At least I'm enjoying the work, though. That's the important thing. And I would, of course, enjoy working with you as well. So I'm going to, at this point, try to figure out how to stop this because I've demoed this enough, and there's probably already about a terabyte worth of demo here. So, all right, let's see how I do that. I think I just hit escape. Yep, 306 megabytes. All right, well, that's it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.